Zale Automotive Reviews, and today we have the Hyundai Palisade. Now, this is a Palisade N that was introduced by Hyundai on April the 1st, which was April Fool's Day. Now, this is a performance variant of the Palisade. Hyundai so just happened to post these images of a high-riding model squashing any hopes that such a model was ever being considered for production. So it was like a joke. And now it appears the joke is on Hyundai. There's been a petition that started that calls on Hyundai to put the Palisade N into production. So far, 80% requested signatures, which is 158 out of the 200 that's needed. Now, it was done by Chain.org. Which is the petition, which petitioned to make this happen. And basically what this is going to do is going to hopefully force Hyundai to make this model. Now, in this world where every car is the same colors, same make, and maybe, if you are lucky, red or whatever color it may be. But the petition started asking people to show their support for the Hyundai Palisade N. Now, the petition notes that there's a strong positive reception that the model received from not only consumers but the press. The petition concludes with a call to action, and the change starts with you. Now, the Hyundai Palisade is just a tease, but it certainly looks like a performance SUV. Let's take a look at it. I mean, you have this beautiful blue paint, you have this beautiful grille, and the beautiful lights, and all of the red accents that go along the side of the body, not only as well as the rocker panels and everything as well. And this angle it looks stunning. Now, if you can recall, this car sort of reminds you of the Ford ST, Explorer ST, but this baby has, with these red accents and the dual exhaust pipes, just like the Ford ST, as we'll see. And now this is the regular interior of the Hyundai Palisade, and when you look at this, it's just, the interior is phenomenal. It's got the nice pattern here for the door inserts, and everything is just phenomenal. But when you look at this, if it's going to be the N model, we know there's got to be some changes, even though this right here looks particularly nice and it looks awesome. But this is the Veloster. Now, the Veloster, as you can see, has the accents. Now, this is what the N model would have. Now, can you imagine these accents being put on here with a darker black interior and the inserts, the suede inserts in a line here, and also let's go back here, also having the pedals as well put right here, which would be the same color as the inserts here. And not only that, let's go back here again and keep going the wrong way. And not only that, you got the vents, the color of the vents, also accenting these seats. And you can imagine that, on here, it will look spectacular. Put the stripe here as well as the suede. I mean, this Hyundai Palisade N would be a phenomenal car. Now, if we look at the competition as the Ford Explorer ST, you see, I mean, they got the pimp, not the pimp striping, but they got the striping, different, like a white color here, but it's not, like a performance color like red or something like that. And but it's more conservative. It's almost though if they did make the interior in the Palisade, they wouldn't even need to change the interior from the regular Palisade. But if they did, and they should, um, it would definitely stand out more than the Explorer ST. I mean, it still has the same, outer appearance, but this is like their, look of the ST and the body moldings and everything just looks, powerful, including from the front, compared to the Palisade, which this color is really, really nice. But let's go back and let's keep taking a look at this. And of course, Ford has the big brakes in the back end. Also reminds me of the Palisade as well. So it's the number one competitor to this. If ST went ahead and added, of course, they wouldn't be able to have these gauges. The gauges would still be, of the Palisade gauges, which is all computer, and it would still have the computer here, and the gauges here would be just the same. But I could figure that with the new model that it wouldn't have the same gauges, because it would be like a 2021 or 2022 model, which would be, this would probably be all digital up in here instead of analog. And when you look at it, it's definitely spectacular. Now, for now, the Palisade N, it's going to remain a concept, regardless of the petition. It's like Toyota fans who petitioned the Japanese automaker to bring the Yaris GR to America. Though the Yaris GR is a real production vehicle, there could be such a vehicle sometime in the future. Late last year, the Hyundai Performance N brand also plans to launch SUVs and EVs. What does Hyundai have planned? Now, we don't know. We don't have an idea of what they have planned. But let's go back and let's look to see what this petition says. The Actually, the petition just is asking you to sign the petition and give you a reason for signing. There's nothing in particular that about the petition except that it's stating that the change starts here with the Hyundai Palisade. So with this in mind, it's going to be a super spectacular SUV. From the wheels, which look from here 22 inches, and from the just the sculpture on the top and everything, the presence, it's not as strong as the Ford Explorer ST right in this particular area. It just looks, the ST looks more bolder. I mean, but this has a strong presence with the shoulders in the back here, like cover over the back wheel. Let's go back and look and see that. Let's look at that back wheel of the Ford ST and see it's bulky and it's strong here, and it still has that AMG, Mercedes AMG type of presence, which is a little bit stronger than the Palisade and the Palisade N concept. And right here is a lot stronger than the Palisade N concept. But the lines that they put, the orange lines that they put here, sort of makes up for that, to an extent. And let's see, but so there's a lot to be said about the Palisade. its design and its creature comforts and everything that's goes into play with this car. And they're saying that this car, would be nice if they did put the same engine, that's in the Genesis GV80, that they would put this in here for a more powerful car. So, but it's going to take time for us to get to that. It's going to take time, but if they do bring this out, it's going to be a beast to be reckoned with. I mean, the tires and everything sort of resembles also the Ford Explorer ST model, as you can see here. I think we have a still of the tires, which we don't in this one, but they basically do look the same. They're very strong. I believe they're aluminum tires, if not steel. Aluminum alloy rims. I believe they're aluminum alloy, which is spectacular. And you look at the Ford, and let's see if we can get just a closer look at the interior. Of course, it's having a screen here, and in some of these, the screen may be even a little bit larger. But I'm thinking of the Ford electric vehicle, the Mustang Mach-E. Has that screen right here, and I can imagine them putting that bigger screen here in this particular model. So, but we never know what to expect from this Palisade N. But if we take a look at it, and we take a look at the presence of it, it's phenomenal. Design from the lights and everything, even here with the triangle here for the brake light, that's spectacular. And sometimes these cars, they have the brake light put down here as well. That would be another thing for them to add if they had that there. That would look very, very significant, and it would bring this SUV out. Let me know what you guys think of this Palisade N, and hopefully they do bring it to production, and they decide to go ahead and make it. Now, this car, normally the 3.8 liter V6 has 29 horsepower, 291 horsepower, and 262 foot-pounds of torque, which is not neck breaking. But if they went ahead and put the more powerful Genesis engine in, it would make a big difference for this car. Now, that would be a 5.8 liter V8 with 419 horsepower, which would put it in this performance category as far as being a performance car and making it above the competition. So there's a lot happening with this Hyundai Palisade N, or Palisade, sorry about that, but the Palisade, and which is very nice. If you do look at this, this is a good direction for the Palisade. In the interior, the creature comforts is second to none. You got a place where you can put your umbrella, and and of course they would have the aluminum plates here for the foot plate, the aluminum brake paddle, and the aluminum gas paddle would be in here as well. Let's go back and look at this one. As you can see the aluminum paddles here, and you can see the brake and the gas here as well too. And if they had the aluminum shift to as well, would accent that, and they have also put carbon fiber parts in here too, would be nice too for the Palisade N, which would be significant, and it would add to the flair of this being a performance vehicle. Of course, with that being said, having a V8 and having that emotional appeal of the sound and the power, and the 1.0 liter, that would just be awesome, and that would be a proper rival for the established large performance SUVs, and it would be able to do the 0-62 miles per hour, in like 6 seconds or less. And that would be nice if they did go ahead and make this Palisade N. What a spectacular car. What an awesome car. And this is just a rendering just to give you guys some idea of where the Palisade N would set in, and what we can expect for Hyundai to do. Again, this is AO Automotive Reviews. Thank you guys for listening, and remember, share, like, and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.